So first things first, who are you, what's your role, and where do you work?
So I'm Sebastien Allamand, solution architect specialist working in EMEA, based in France, south of France, and working basically mainly on the Kubernetes and EKS stuff.
What are 3 emerging Kubernetes tools that you're keeping an eye on?
I would say like the first one is Carpenter, like the open source tools that allow you to just define application you want to deploy and let the tool create the nodes you want to have. The second one maybe will be like, it's not really Kubernetes thing, but it's like the KRO CLI that allow really to do like some troubleshooting, working nodes with the EKS MCP, so know how to talk to Kubernetes. And maybe lastly will be like a K agent, which also is very promising to work with agents, troubleshooting, DevOps agents for your Kubernetes management.
Platform engineers have a running joke. I just need to deploy a simple web app. And then you realize that simple means a container, a database, an S3 bucket, a cache, a queue, some IAM roles, and about 47 YAML files that all need to work together. What's actually happening here that makes simple so complicated?
Yeah, so simple is complicated because we do a lot of microservices. We have a lot of managed services that we want to connect to. And the glue is difficult for that. Like we have like the ACK service that works from many years today that allow to define some Kubernetes objects that will create AWS resources. But all of those resources are just independent. Like you just create maybe a VPC, which have VPC ID, and then how you link that to what you want to create. If you create a database, how you put like the database credentials into your deployment. This is difficult and needs like complex tools to do that.
What did AWS build to solve this issue? And what does this mean for developers and SaaS platform teams managing multi-tenant infrastructure?
Yeah, so one of the tools that we built is KRO, so KRO for Kubernetes Resource Orchestration. And these tools like allow you to just define compositions and define new API. So KRO allow you to create new API directly in Kubernetes. So you just define your new API, the input, the output, and all the resources that will be created from that. So let's say we want to take back my first example. I want to first create a database when I deploy my applications. Yeah. So I define my application. In resource, I will first create an ACK object to create the database, maybe store the secret in secret management. Then having my deployments, which will retrieve the secret from secret management, retrieve the endpoint from the database. So KRO allow you to do all the glue for that, and the user simply just instantiate my applications, define the name, and all the dependent resources will be created and linked automatically with KRO.
Once platform teams have built these reusable abstractions with KRO, what does this actually change for the organization? How does this shift the way platform teams and developers work together?
So before that, we can see like many Terraform pipelines. So different teams managing Terraform, maybe Terraform to create some VPC, Terraform to create some database, and you need to have the organization to link people together to check how to talk together, how to retrieve the output from non-Terraform. So when moving this shift and work only with Kubernetes, everything is stored in just one state, which is an etcd database. You just define your components, your resources, and platform team just define some reusable, hardened components, and just the users just can use them and deploy everything without needing to create some meetings with different teams and talk to each other.
How do they work together? And where can teams learn more?
Okay, so for working together, it's just like basically using the Kubernetes API, the KRO abstractions, so defining some of those resources. And to learn more of that, maybe the first start will be to go to the KRO website, so KRO.1 website, where you can see lots of examples. And obviously that works on AWS, that works on Google, that works on Microsoft. And again, you can define anything from KRO, even your own manifest that you want to deploy, maybe for some specific stuff that you have on your own. You can just use KRO for that also.
Kubernetes turned 10 years old about 2 years ago. What can we expect in the next 10 years?
So I will see a lot of shifting management API in Kubernetes. We see also a lot of engagement with GenAI tools and agentic. So I think like we will have more and more agents that are working in Kubernetes, allow you to manage more and more applications and works on the fly for what you want.
What about you, Sebastien? What's next for you?
So yeah, for me, so I'm specializing in Kubernetes. I want also to work more on all GenAI stuff and work more on how to build and maintain a platform agentics. We touch a lot from few years back how to do GitOps to manage deployments. And no, I don't want like to have an agent that will do some ClickOps. So we want to enforce agents that will work back with GitOps. Just read anything, but don't write anything to the API or to the cloud provider, but just write anything back to Git, and then let the pipeline GitOps that we built many years that worked together. So want to enforce that for Kubernetes for the few years also coming.
And if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do that?
The best way will be on LinkedIn or on many GitHub repos that I maintain. Just go up an issue and discuss, but LinkedIn will be the more efficient.